me, and I will be reacting to some videos about the Pope and celebrities. I hope you enjoy and like it. Thank you. So let's get started with the video.
What's
Oh, I wish I could have read that title back there.
up, world? It's
But
your
I
boy
think
Elite
it says
Exposure Evan, and today I would love to show y'all how the
Satan
Pope
and sexual dress.
treats the citizens of the world.
But the Pope is supposed to be like, I guess, a guy figure, a guy figure on Earth or whatever. Like you say, a guy figure on Earth, but he is Pope of the Vatican. I know y'all all know that. He's Pope of the Vatican and stuff, and he's supposed to be like you know, has a God person, like, you know what I'm saying? I hope y'all understand what I'm trying to say. But yes, he's supposed to be in charge, or head of the Vatican and all that.
And how he treats the world leaders.
Yeah, he kisses their feet.
As you can see with these elites, he gets on his knees and kisses everybody in the room's feet. But he also does this. This is the Rothschilds and the Rockefeller family.
And they are a powerful family. They run the world. Them people run the world. The 13 bloodline. Oh, there's a book about that too. Yes, they run the world.
If you don't know how powerful these families are and what they control and run, I suggest you do your research on them. This video exposes the Pope as the one he truly worships and who he bows down to, which is Lucifer.
The Pope be saying some outlandish things in the magazine articles, newspaper. I remember he put something about the what the devil being in, I guess, in their building in a sexy dress or something like that. Go look it up. Go do your research about the Pope and stuff that he got going on. Because he got some stuff going on. Now back to the video.
Anturma chaya no Cambarro Anuri, no Camai, no Camwaka, na Anuri, no Yuyuá, na Warron Chinambo Punk, tu Chinan Chaval aqui, Chinamu Kikirani, Tsai Chavakirani, Tsai Makikirani. Awama Wananun, no Maono Wai Sharai.
The World Economic Forum has a lot going on. They actually bring a witch on stage to, I guess, cast a spell, but I doubt the spell probably even worked. Look at him. Look how he don't even want to let them touch his hand or kiss his hand or anything. I don't know if he I don't know if he was playing with them, but they is actually bowing down to him and actually trying to kiss his hand. Only person I'm bowing down to is my Lord and Savior. That's the only person I'll be bowing down to.
Wake the fuck up.
What?
And look, I don't know if this was like put together.
Wake up.
But look at the pictures. They are some creepy pictures. And I don't know, maybe they CGI, maybe they was altered or whatever.
Wake up. Wake up. Wake
What
up.
is this?
Wake up.
And this is the other Pope. I think he was, I don't know, before Francis, whatever.
Pope Benedict, he had
Yeah.
the craziest past because he was charged with moving priests around that had committed atrocities.
Yeah.
And he moved one to a place where they molested 100.
It's been a lot of shady dealings going on with the Pope and the Pope and his people and stuff. And it's wrong. It's actually wrong, especially if you can do anything towards a child. That's crazy. Why harm a little child
Deaf kids.
or anybody?
Yes.
100?
100
Deaf
deaf
kids.
kids got molested by this one priest that he had moved.
No, you don't hear him coming. That's the problem.
Jesus.
Proof the Pope worships Satan. Remember, symbolism is the language of the occultist elites. We can
I think that's my. Is that my? Yes, I think. The Pope has a lot of dealings going on. I actually believe that he works with Satan. That's my belief. But I don't know what lies in that man's heart.
He was charged with moving priests around that had committed atrocities.
Yeah.
And he moved one to a place where they molested 100 deaf kids.
What?
Yes.
100?
100
Deaf
deaf
kids.
kids.
That has them willing to go out and hire priests. Well, I'm about to show you. And this footage will make you question everything you were ever taught.
I wonder why would they name
All right, guys. Stay safe.
why
out
would they
there,
name
as always.
a
God bless.
telescope Lucifer? That's just weird and odd. And mind you, I'm watching these videos right with y'all. Like this the first time me actually watching them and reacting to them. Pay attention to Vatican Homes, a telescope name. Lucifer.
What's up, family? Today we'll be talking about the Baphomet. Now, he goes by many names, but you must break down the titles to understand the future and
I
past
believe,
events.
to
They
me,
say he is half human and half goat.
I'm
He
way
was a
too done.
poet, musician, and big on sacrifice. Now, his original name is Pindar. So in your sports and music industry, this is who everyone worship. Pindar will host the ancient Olympics games, playing his music. He was big on athletic success, and they would play right at the Coliseum. They would do their chariot racing, and also, right after the game, they would do their rituals. Pindar would state that the gifts that you earn in life come from God, but you will have to give an ultimate sacrifice. And they started doing sacrifices to the goat. So it's no coincidence everybody's saying they are the GOAT, greatest of all time. They must also give an ultimate sacrifice. This came out the GOAT's mouth. They must lose someone close to them to go up the ladder. They all are taking this oath. We know who the GOAT worshippers are.
Yes, and I actually believe that. I believe that some have to sacrifice the closest ones to them, the ones they love, the ones they care about, just to, go up on a ladder or get higher up on a ladder or get favors from these elites and these people that run the world. Like, it's crazy to me that people can actually, play God and stuff. So I like, personally, I wouldn't want to be in a music industry. I wouldn't want to be nowhere near that. I'd rather stay in my lane.
Pindar also controlled Hollywood and the music industry. But not only that, but the stuff your kids watch on TV also. Peace and ashe. Hope you guys like the lecture.
Yes.
He said something that really hit home about this phenomena of chemtrails. And, when I was a kid, I used to see these trails in the sky all the time. And so, that's cool. A jet just went over. And then you started to see a whole bunch of them. And next thing you know, everybody in your neighborhood was fighting and arguing and you didn't know why. Okay, and you really didn't know why. I mean, everybody was fighting. So he started riffing about the chemtrails, and he started to say things that hit home so hard. And I would recommend that everybody try to get what he said online or wherever, and try to get a copy of it and just listen to it, because
Prince is there, boy. My mom loved Prince, and my mom introduced played his music in the house when we was growing up. So I actually learned to, care for Prince too. And Prince will tell you the truth. All right, he will tell you the truth, and that's what I loved about him. And his music is the best of all times. Prince was that dude. And I believe him what he was saying about chemtrails and all that too. I believe exactly what he was saying was true.
So moved that I had to write the song. The other thing is the first line of the song.
What doing to our environment?
It says, I was born on the same plantation, the United States of the red, white, and blue. And we live in a place now that feels just about like a plantation. We're all indentured servants. When I found out there were 8 presidents before George Washington, I wanted to smack somebody. I wanted to know why I was taught otherwise. Just tell me the whole story. I'll fill in the blanks, but don't tell me something that you think I'm supposed to know. One thing I wanted to say is don't be fooled by the internet. It's cool. It's cool to get on the computer, but don't let the computer get on you. It's cool. It's cool to use the computer. Don't let the computer use you. You all saw The Matrix. There is a war going on. The battlefield's in the mind. And the prize is the soul. So, just be careful. Very careful. Thank you.
Prince was speaking the truth without speaking the truth. Like, he was trying to let us know something. And nowadays you see how they putting chips in, the brain and all that, and trying to make us turn into computers and trying to make AI and all that like us. But that's a conversation for another day and another video.
I read that you felt that the government was deliberately spraying cold germs in subways, was deliberately trying to make
the city I'm from
with the AIDS virus. This is pretty serious stuff. Do you really feel that?
Well, that's a good question. Well, I'm with Barbara Walters now. Oh, that's a serious one. Okay, so I got to now, because people are going to chase me after this. People are going to chase me. I believe that it is quite highly possible that the AIDS virus is a result of genetic warfare testing.
By American agents?
Absolutely.
Will.
February 1956. In the heart of New York.
I believe that's facts. I believe that is facts. I'm gonna come up with a video about that, and I hope YouTube let me put it up on there or upload it on there, or just do a live or something like that. But you know what? Just like and comment and share and everything. Thank you for listening and watching my videos that I put together for y'all.
Operation Big City was underway. A Ford Mercury, specially adapted with a hidden exhaust pipe, pumped out bacteria. Undercover agents entered the city's subway system, their cases equipped with tiny motors, which covertly dispersed the bacteria Bacillus globuli. 10 years later, the Army returned. Light bulbs filled with bacteria were dropped in front of trains and down ventilation shafts to test how far the bacteria would spread through the subway system.
Sorry about that, y'all. Have a little.
For years, these public experiments were kept secret from the citizens of New York. The Army faithfully filmed its own experiments. This Washington, D.C. bus station was the site of another secret test. 30 similar trials were conducted at public locations all across America. One of the earliest experiments had fatal consequences. In 1951, the Army sprayed the bacteria Serratia marcescens over San Francisco. 11 hospital patients developed a mysterious infection, and within days, Edward Nevin died from an illness caused by the same bacteria. In 1953, CIA employee Frank Olson leaped through his bedroom window on the 10th floor of this New York hotel. 9 days earlier, a fellow CIA scientist had secretly spiked his drink with LSD. It took the government 22 years to acknowledge its role in Frank Olson's death. Another cover-up concerned the death of a civilian Harold Blower. Suffering from depression, he was a patient at the New York State Psychiatric Institute. There, he and 5 other patients were unwittingly tested with mind-altering drugs by doctors who'd signed a secret contract with the U.S. Army. Again, it was more than 20 years before his family discovered the truth.
In 1975, I was living in California with my 2 children. There was a knock on the door, and 2 people in uniform were at the door. They said they were from the Pentagon. They wanted to talk to me about the death of my father. And I told them that my father had been dead a long time. They came in and they told me that they had found papers at the Edgewood Arsenal in Maryland. And these papers had information about my father's death.
It took Harold Blower's family 15 years of fighting the government in court before a judge's ruling established the facts.
On January 8, 1953, between 9:53 and 9:57 a.m., my father was injected with 450 milligrams, or 6.47 milligrams kilograms of body weight of EA1298. According to the drug study notes, at 9:57, my father became very restless and had to be restrained by the nurse. He began sweating profusely and flailing his arms wildly. At 10:01, he pulled up in bed, his body stiffened, his teeth clenched, and he began frothing at the mouth. Similar reactions continued for over an hour. My father was still talking and moving his legs randomly at 11:05. Finally, at about 1.5 hours after the injection had begun, my father lapsed into a coma. He was pronounced dead at 12:15 p.m.
A laboratory being set up using Lassa fever virus. Now, at that time, Lassa fever was one of 4 viruses that could jump the human-animal barrier. And it was a deadly virus. They were trying to create a virus that could be mass-produced and it could be sent out through the World Health Organization to get rid of millions of people in the world. But the Lassa fever virus proved uncontrollable. It killed 3 scientists who were working there. So the orders came from Washington, burn the place to the ground, and that's exactly what they did within a radius of 100 miles. They bottled up some of these viruses they'd been experimenting with and took them back to the Centers for Disease Control in Atlanta. There they began again, but again they escaped and killed 3 more scientists. So they incinerated the whole laboratory, sealed it off and incinerated. The same experiments are now going on in Harvard University right now. But they're not using the Lassa fever virus. That has proved to be too tough for them to handle. Instead, the United States government gave millions of dollars to the United States military chemical and bacteriological warfare establishment at Fort Detrick, and they began experimenting with the AIDS virus. I knew about the AIDS 3 years before the word ever came out in the world, in the United States particularly, because of my field work in Sierra Leone. The British government used their Porton Down CAB facility. It's easier to get into the Bank of England vaults than to get into Porton Down. All the deadliest viruses in the world are being crafted there. In pursuance of the goal, the Global 2000, to decimate the...
I think they coming up with, I think every virus they probably came up with was in a lab or whatever. And even the old viruses that were out or whatever, I think they still have them in the lab. And it's crazy how many people they actually affected with these viruses and diseases.
The world. Shortly after this experiment had finished at Fort Detrick, the World Health Organization started a massive vaccination campaign. They said, for once and for all, we're going to wipe out the scourge of smallpox. They chose Africa and Brazil, launched a massive vaccination campaign. Immediately, AIDS began to appear. Thousands and thousands of people began dying of the strange new virus, which the World Health Organization then said had come from the bite of a green monkey. They forgot to tell you the green monkey's been there for centuries, and he'd been biting people if he ever did for centuries, but no disease of that nature had ever occurred. The World Health Organization deliberately took this virus, which was crafted from a series of animal viruses, including Mediavirus in a sheep, which destroys the brain, which is why you find AIDS patients get dementia probably first before any of the other AIDS-related complex diseases appear. And they began vaccinating innocent people on a massive scale, and they began dying like flies.
Get ready for wars in the name of the free, vaccinations for illness that will never be, the assault on your children's impressionable minds, and a microchipped world. You'll put up no fight. Information suppression will keep you in tone. Depopulation of peasants was always our goal. But eugenics was not what we hoped it would be. Oh yes, it was us that funded Nazis. But as long as we own all the media too, what's really happening does not concern you. So just go on watching your plasma TV, and the world will be run by the ones you can't see.
They don't even hide it anymore.
Everything that man was saying was true. Everything that man was saying was true.
Three Gen Z icons.
Aren't you like 40?
No. A long time ago, I met this guy and made a deal where I get to stay 25 years old for forever.
What guy?
Tall fella, horns, red fur, I don't know, little hoods.
Keen, that's the devil, dude.
What? I thought it was like a Times Square Elmo or something.
Pay attention. We can't deny the fact that a lot of celebrities, and especially in the music industry, are all of a sudden all wearing red. Their performances are the time to check this video out, because it could be an artist that you're listening to. Remember, whatever we consume, whatever we listen to, whatever we watch, becomes us. Vibration is everything. Frequency is everything. There's a lot of negative frequency when it comes to these type of artists and the music that they put out there to the masses. Just remember that. So first on the list is Megan Thee Stallion, real satanic, devil-like. And then look at this clip, brimstone and fire. Everything's on fire. People are dying, turning into ash.
They already know who they worship, they know who they pledge their allegiance to. And I think the people that like the music, I just think the music executives and all them type of people, they know who they worship and they know who they pledge their allegiance to. And when someone tell you something or show you who they are, believe them 100% of who they are and what they into, because what they into is probably not what you're into. And back to the video.
Is kind of like apocalyptic. You see the serpent tongue. She's levitating. Serpent's all black, red bedding. She's moving in like a lustful manner. Long claws. And next on the list, we got Travis Scott. As you can see right here in the photo, it looks like little blue figures are going inside what seems to be a portal, coming out the other side as little red demons. The theme of his park to get into the concert, really similar to the mouth of hell, also known as Dante's Inferno, as you can see here in the imagery. Really close resemblance. You're entering to get filled with negative vibrational frequencies. Next, we got Cardi B. I don't even really got to say much. I mean, look at her outfit. Plus, just listen to what she said in one of her interviews. Check this out.
I don't know why I didn't want her to do this song, Shake It, or like any drill songs, because it's like these songs are activating like these demons. You know what I'm saying?
All right, next on the list, we got Billie Eilish. So it looks like she gets stuck in the back with a bunch of these like syringes with needles. And then she's an angel in the sky. She's coming down. She's in all white wings, hits the floor. She lands in tar, and then she walks out of the tar. Fallen angel. I mean, come on now. Look at the wings. They're not angelic anymore. They're more demonic, evil. Look at the people burning in the fire. All right, next we got Doja Cat. I mean, I ain't even really got to say much. Her outfit looked ridiculous. She looked just like the baby on the cover of American Horror Story Apocalypse, where it has like the demon finger telling the baby. I mean, Doja Cat went even as far as deleting all her content on TikTok and then uploading her profile picture as something demonic. Then we got Rihanna dressed in all red, and her stage setup kind of looks like structure of a pyramid, and then she does the.
And we have to remember that when we partake and when we watching these shows and listening to this music and when we watching these shows and listening to this music, it evokes demons. Just like how Cardi B said, it definitely do bring in some type of demons and stuff. And then you gotta remember how they mixed it and mastered it and all that, and how they put it together before it got released to the world. We don't know if they might have witches or anybody praying over. We just don't know. That's why certain things we should not put into our body or watch it or consume. Some things we should not consume because it's not good for our spirit. It ain't good for our body, ain't good for our soul. And most of these celebrities do these hand gestures and all this other type of stuff. And it seems like they showing who they pledging their allegiance to.
The famous triangle with her hands at the end, and then she looks off to the side. It's like a confirmation. All right, next we got Lil Uzi Vert. I mean, right here, like, look, he literally dressed up all demon in black. And then I know a lot of people have seen this clip where he says, "I make a city girl believe in Satan." Lil Uzi Vert, Lucifer, Lil Uzi Vert, Lucifer, Lil Uzi Vert. Next is Lil Nas X. I mean, this one is extremely just blatant, right in front of our faces. His song Montero, all these.
That one takes the cake. That little Nas song, Montero or whatever, Call Me By Your Name, Montero. I haven't heard the song. I haven't even listened to it. I don't even listen to rap no more anyway, because it's demonic and it's bad. Like, the rap has gotten worse, like way worse. These people nowadays cannot rap, don't have no stage presence, and they talk about the most nastiest and vulgar things.
Scenes in it. And then let's talk about the shoes that he attempted to come out with. Obviously, they got canceled because, I mean, Nike did sue over this shoe because it was made with real human blood. I mean, the guy states that it was a bunch of pricks, to get his blood for these shoes. Let's actually look at these shoes real quick. So as you can see right there, there's 666. And then on the front of it, it's Luke 10:18. Luke 18 states, he replied, "I saw Satan fall like lightning from heaven." I mean, peep the snake eyes too. I mean, serpent, come on. Next up is Trippie Redd. I mean, and then we got Trippie Redd on Demon Time. Demon Time. Next on the list, we got Sam.
I don't got no right.
Sam Smith.
I don't got no rights to the music. So I don't want to play none of their music. I don't have no rights to it, and I don't want my video to get struck down.
I mean, come on now, look at his entrance, all the red. And then it just so happened as he's doing this performance, he's got the devil horns. They're playing the song Unholy.
That Grammy performance was so satanic. It was like everything about it was satanic, and it was just a mess. I'm so happy that I didn't watch it. I did not watch it.
It looks like a damn ritual. In the same hour, there's a massive earthquake in Turkey. Next is Playboi Carti. I mean, come on, he takes a lot of pictures like this. He's got the horns. I mean, his performance, upside down cross flashing. I heard and read online that there was actual people, possessed in the crowd. I mean, come on, Playboi Carti literally has Satan tattooed on the back of his.
And I want to say that even the Taylor Swift fans is having amnesia and stuff by going to her concerts and stuff. And like y'all don't know what these people probably be doing behind stage. Y'all don't even know if they probably got witches there chanting and casting spells on y'all. Just like how when Lil Uzi Vert did a concert and he came down the stage and said, y'all listen to this song a million times and didn't even know it. So y'all got to remember when we listening, when we listening, I'm going to say when we listening to these songs that we are partaking in rituals and stuff, because back during ancient times, when they played the drums and the music and stuff, they was doing things. You know what I'm saying? You know, whoever this reach, you get it.
Isn't it, guys? Next, we have Lady Gaga. I mean, look at her outfit, and then on top of her outfit, look at her performance. It looks like, you know, another satanic ritual, all the red. Next up, we got Beyonce. As you can see here on the British Vogue magazine, I mean, speaks for itself. Really looks like it's one of the 4 horsemen. There she is right there with the famous hand triangle. And peep this part of this song. Listen.
Swallowed a sword. I levitated into the basement.
I don't have no rights over their music and stuff, but y'all know she said she
like in Hollywood. If you in the industry, the devil, like Illuminati, all that shit, they try to get you. Big influence, you around that shit. They try to get anybody, but you just gotta be smart. And you in Cali, you gonna get sucked in. They invite you to these parties, these house parties. They be like, oh, Whoop the Whoop gonna be there, like your favorite rapper, the big ass person. Get in, you gotta give us your phones and all this shit, and then they might do some gay shit to somebody and then try to like and record it and tell them, oh, if you expose us, we gonna post it everywhere. And I know that from word of ear, shit in these house parties. Let me tell you an experience I went through personally. And it was this big influencer party. Can I say a name? It was Bella Thorne party. So I invited from some other friends. It was on Halloween. I already don't celebrate Halloween. That's the devil's day. I happened to be with them and they was going. I was like, fuck it, let's go. The party said you have to be half naked. Second of all, the same night on Hollywood Boulevard, the party was off Hollywood Boulevard, some guy got shot and killed on Hollywood Boulevard, so the whole street was shut down. So that was another sign. We get up there, they ain't bring your phone in. I ain't bringing their phone in, I'm bringing my motherfucking phone in. You gotta sign some papers. What am I signing some shit for to get into a party? Like what? And then this is where it really threw me off. They said they had to prick your blood to get in. No, I'm good. Everyone else went, I called my Uber and left. Like, that's the shit where I think they be trying to get you. People move to LA for a dream. They chasing money, fame, clout, whatever. So they gotta think about it.
Then we gotta remember that these people go to Hollywood chasing a dream when sometimes they might not even make it, and then they end up, you know, living on Skin Row and stuff like that. And it's just crazy. And then I wouldn't give nobody my blood. They can do anything with your blood. Your blood is powerful. You don't give nobody your blood. You don't give nobody your blood, your DNA. Especially not for no party. Not to party with them anyway. Sick people.
You sign with Cash Money, you're going to do the same thing Soulja Boy did. You're going to do the same thing Bow Wow did. You're going to do the same thing that Waka Flocka Flavor did. What did they do after they got signed on these labels? They tattoo their whole body. Why do you think they do that, yo? Just to be different? Nah. They did that because they was raped. They get they anal to be in this truth of the music industry, showing their honors to the people that's before them. That's the truth of the industry, that you're willing to take a man's penis and his anal. That's the truth.
You've probably heard the conspiracy theory that the royal family killed Princess Diana but don't know where it came from, so here's the full tea on the rumor. First of all, just months before her death, Princess Diana wrote a note that said that she thinks her husband, now King Charles, is planning to kill her with a staged car accident. Shortly after their wedding, the royal family decided that they did not like Diana. She was disobedient, didn't have the vernacular that they did, and they didn't want her to be the future queen. Charles fell out of love with her and would degrade her publicly often, leading Diana to attempt to unalive herself. He cheated on her with Camilla, who is now the queen consort, and he could not marry Camilla while Diana was still alive due to palace rules. He needed to clear the way, and on August 31st, 1997, Princess Diana died in a car accident while being chased by the paparazzi with 3 other people in the car. But it appeared to be no accident. Suspiciously dying with her was her new man, Egyptian film producer Dodi Al-Fayed, who she was rumored to be pregnant with his child. His dad literally said that he is without a shadow of a doubt in his mind that his son was murdered because they allegedly didn't like his background and the fact that he's Muslim and didn't want him to be the stepdad to the future king. This wouldn't be a surprise if he was murdered because Diana literally said and thinks that the man that she loved before him, Barry, who also died in a suspicious car accident, was knocked off by the royal family. Even though the driver died too, people think that he was in on it, but he was set up. He thought the crash was going to happen from the back of the car, killing Diana and her man in the back. But a lot of witnesses saw a very bright flash blinding him right when he entered the tunnel, caused him to lose control and crash and die. He died with a brand new hundreds of thousands of dollars in his bank account that they think he was paid to do this. Diana's family thinks it was a setup too because she wasn't wearing her seatbelt, but they think they broke it so she couldn't. The ambulance got to the hospital over an hour after they picked her up, but they were only 3 miles away. And they allegedly illegally embalmed her body way too early so no one can do tests on what happened. Before I show you the craziest piece of evidence, make sure you follow so you finally know the craziest conspiracy theories about each of these celebrities and request who you want to see next. The craziest thing is that Queen Elizabeth kept smiling during her funeral.
I think that Princess Diana probably went out of the family, and it's crazy that she predicted her own death. That was crazy as she predicted her own death. And maybe she's seen some things and probably just wanted out. Allegedly. I'm going to say allegedly.
Have you heard the crazy conspiracy theory that with every massive stadium tour going on right now, that there are a lot of demonic messages being unwillfully taken in by the huge crowds every night? At Beyonce's Stadium Renaissance World Tour, there's a scary interlude that takes fans by surprise that begins with a portal hypnosis, as if to control you and draw you in. Then it gets scary when messages like, "Whoever controls the media controls the mind," pop up on the screen. Then it's terrifying when mind control messages pop up on the screen in between placements of Beyonce's face and a picture of a human in a submissive, worshipy pose. Fans were saying they were getting so uncomfortable during this part they were looking away. Second, the known suspected Satanist The Weeknd was so shameless and blatantly, for no reason, flashed Satan's name on the Jumbotron at his stadium concert. He's not even hiding his affinity for Satan at this point. It actually flashed twice. I'm making sure that you saw it. Fans and viewers often said they felt very uncomfortable at his whole run of his stadium tour because the thing just felt like one big demonic ritual that they were forced to be a part of. Before I show you the scariest one, make sure you follow so you finally know the craziest conspiracy theories about all your favorite celebrities and request who you want to see next. Lastly, there's literally a demonic chant screamed by all the fans at the Taylor Swift Eras Tour during her song Willow.
Make sure you follow these TikTokers, and if they have YouTube channels, follow them and stuff. Thank you, because they come out with some beautiful videos and some nice videos. So follow them and like and subscribe.
Oh, and they all yell, "Summon the demons. Summon the demons, bitch! Summon the demons!" They do this as Taylor is literally dressed as a witch with her whole coven, and there's a ceremonial huge fire in the middle of the forest. Does that remind you of anything?
We gotta remember, when we go to these concerts and these shows, we are unknowingly taking part in the ritual. We are unknowingly taking part in the ritual. So be careful when you go to these concerts, these shows, and everything.
That was Satanism. It's working on really well. I made a pact. The movie came out so well. No, it's not, but really dealing with, you're told.
You see how they like the crack juice, like, oh, they sold the saying. Like, sometimes I think by them telling it to people as a joke or whatever, that it'll take some heat off of like the real thing, because they probably actually sold their soul to the devil. So I think they just use it as a joke. Well, here goes the end of the video. Bye, y'all. Like and subscribe, and let's talk about this down in the comment section. What part was like most crazy for you and stuff like that? So let's just conversate down in the comment section, and I'll be in there. So thank you, and don't forget to follow the TikTokers and like their stuff, and don't forget to like and subscribe to this video and to my channel. Thank you.